Boom, what's up guys? Day 15, all about publishing. Let's get into it. Can't believe I just started out a video like that. Some Steve Larson crap. I think it does feel pretty good when you do it, I'm not gonna lie, so I get it. Day number 15 and the one funnel away challenge. If you have not been following in the previous videos, make sure you check up above in the cards and go watch the other videos. That way you know exactly what's going on here. But yeah, it's all about publishing today. It is day 15. Russell just jumps right into it in this video and he's like, dude, go test your stuff. You have your offer, you know what you're gonna be offering, you know what it's gonna do for your customers, so go test your material. Ah, man. This is gonna be something that everyone is gonna struggle with at first. Me, for example, if you watch my first videos, they were terrible. 10 videos from now, I'm probably going to think this video is terrible. So, especially considering I'm wearing a green hat with a green background. And that can't look good on the camera. So, we'll see how this goes over. Oh, and a blue shirt. So, with a black undershirt. My style is all over. Hold on. Red pants. Anyways, back to the Russell video. He says go test your stuff. You're not gonna be good at first, so just test it and go talk about it to anyone you can. He was talking about 3 different kinds of publishing you can do. One is to be a writer. You can do video, you can do audio. If you're a writer, you're gonna be a blogger from now on. So find a platform, start blogging about what you're going into. He used Medium.com as an example. I haven't had any previous experience with this. We did check it out though. All right, and this is Medium.com. You just sign up here and pick your niches you want to check out. I haven't actually gotten far enough in to figure out how to publish because, well, I don't plan on doing that one. So for the business side of things, my wife is actually going to do this part of it, and I think she's going to be a blogger, but we'll see. She doesn't seem too sold on any one of these. This is really scaring her, and I don't blame her. I still am not comfortable doing these videos right here, and I've been doing them for a little while now. I guess it's really only been a few weeks, so we're on week 2 of the challenge, at the beginning of week 2, and then there was a pre-week, and then I think I posted my first video a week before the challenge actually started, so I'm not even a month in. Yeah, and I'm still uncomfortable with it, if you can't tell. Try not to be, maybe it'll get better eventually. But anyways, back to Russell's video. He's just going in and saying publish no matter what, even if you're uncomfortable, even if you suck, even if you know you suck. Look at my first video. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was awful. So even if you know you suck, just post anyways. You have to find your voice in this. I haven't quite found mine in the YouTube area. My wife has not found hers in the boutique area of business, and that's what we need to work on. He did try to get us to agree to post every day for 365 days. Whew. Man, I can imagine you get comfortable with it after a month or 2, but I can tell you right now, posting every day is hard. I will not be posting every day after this challenge unless I happen to enter another challenge. That being said, I do plan on posting a couple times a week still. I may do other things. I'll probably start posting on other social medias at that point. So I will still probably be posting every day. It won't necessarily be on YouTube. I'll probably be spreading some stuff out to Instagram, Facebook, brand new to all social medias basically, except for YouTube. That's actually why I decided to do YouTube, is because it's my most comfortable platform. I've never been a creator on YouTube, but I have used YouTube a lot. That's kind of why I gravitated to that area. Now, speaking of which, video, it was one of his 3 options. He actually didn't even mention YouTube, which is interesting to me. Kind of a little bit of a slap in the face. But he said Facebook Live and Instagram. I guess Instagram has videos now. The 3rd choice is audio, doing a podcast. He suggested Anchor.fm. There's also Podbean and a couple of others. Steven actually talked about one of them too. I just don't remember what it was. But yeah, I might do that. That actually sounds pretty cool. Maybe when I'm a little more comfortable. Actually, it'd probably be easier to do podcasts, I would think, because you're not worried about how you look on video. And I can tell you right now, I'm not a self-conscious person, but I still worry about that. So I can only imagine how bad it's going to be if you are a self-conscious person, to get on video and then worry about your audio, worry about your tonality, which is something I have trouble with. But yeah, there's a lot of issues you're going to run in with. This is going to really test your comfort levels and expand who you are. Backtrack a bit. In Russell's video, he actually did tell a story where I guess when he started doing video, he couldn't even look at the camera while he was talking. Now I don't quite feel so bad, and I think that's why he told that story, because that's exactly what I had trouble with. I still kind of struggle with it at times. Speaking of which, if you guys notice anything I'm doing that is not good or could be improved in some way, please tell me. Tell me so I can work on it. I'm not necessarily going to be able to identify everything that I can improve on. If you guys can help me out with that, I would really appreciate it. But let's move on to Julie's video. She actually is just trying to explain how to decide what platforms for you. So you got the Facebook Live version, which is the video, and then she describes, you know, your audience and then who would be best in this, and you know, the fact that you have to have high energy to get people excited to watch your live videos. And keep in mind, whenever you're on video, like me right now, I'm trying to be like a little more vocal and active than I normally am in my personal life. I'm sure anyone of my family members watching this are probably laughing. As I'm doing the videos, I feel like I'm being a little more pumped up than I actually am. When I go back and watch them, I'm like, I was kind of dull there. Even if you think you're high energy during the video, you're not necessarily going to come off that way on the other side of it. So you got to push it a little further than you would normally do it. I'm going to close my face off here. So yeah, you got your Facebook Live here, how you would decide if this is you. So if that sounds like you, pick this one. Podcasting, if that sounds like you, this one. This is actually somewhere I kind of want to dig into the podcasting a little bit. So after this is over, you might see me advertise a little bit more about a podcast that may or may not be coming. So if that happens, then love to have you all there. Go check that out, but it won't be until after this for sure. I find it funny. I'm still looking at the camera even though I know my camera's off. So that's kind of stuff you go through when you're on video. You got to think about that. Medium. This is your blogging. She used Medium instead of blogging for some reason. Medium is just one platform to blog on, but it's got its own traffic, so you don't have to go find traffic and push it to your blog. It works as kind of a lead generation blog right off the bat. You don't have to worry about SEO or anything like that. You just write your stuff, get your content, put it out there, and gain a following. And you can funnel it back to like your Facebook group and stuff. So let's jump over to Instagram. This is your youngest age model. So if you're trying to get the younger crowd, this is definitely where you want to be. You can do video, photos, writing. This is pretty much, in my opinion, probably one of the best platforms to grow at this point. How to be omnipresent. What she means by that is how to repurpose content. So if I were, here, let's turn my face back on. Hey, how you doing? By the way, like the video and subscribe down below. I'd appreciate it. Omnipresent is basically how to repurpose your content. So if I were to do this, I would take my YouTube videos, I would rip the audio off, send it to a guy to cut things out. Actually, I would probably do the original video before I put it on YouTube because that has more content in it. I actually cut out quite a bit for the YouTube videos because I like to ramble. If this is even in it, I don't know yet. Might not make the final cut, but I do cut out quite a bit of the videos I post on YouTube. So if you see a 10-minute video, it was probably a 20-minute video at one point. Repurposing content so I would do a video, rip the audio off, send it to a guy. I would have him cut it into a podcast, make it interesting, make it lively, and then I would be able to use that as a podcast and the YouTube video. And then you can also send it to a transcription place like this here, and they would transcribe it, and then you can send it to another Fiverr person, whoever you find, to turn it into a blog post if you're not good at that type of stuff. And on the videos, you can take quick little clips out of it, put that on like Instagram captions, story. Well, I don't know how to do stories. I don't know anything about that. But yeah, you can put it on Instagram, take quotes, put that in there. I don't know much about Pinterest, but I know there's some way to integrate that as well. I'm not a social media expert by any means, and as I'm learning it, I'll relay some of that information to you if I feel that it's useful or if it works for me. It's kind of how this whole thing works for me. Yeah, I'm just here learning too, you know. All right, then we got Steve's video. Steve, whew. He's just trying to get you pumped up. Pretty much he's saying post even when you don't feel like it. He didn't post for a long time and he didn't get big. He didn't become successful until he started. He started on podcasting and actually interviewed people that were already successful and had them do pretty much all the content for him for like the first 30 episodes. I wish I could do that. I'm not quite cool enough for that. I haven't asked anyone for interviews, so maybe I'll have to look more into that. It's kind of hard to do anything extra on top of this challenge. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but I do work a full-time job. My wife does as well. So we both work full-time. We have 2 kids, and yeah, so this isn't just something I can just sit at home and spend 5 hours on and have no issues. I'm working 8 hours minimum per day, coming home, doing the 2 to 3 hours of lessons and homework, and then doing another hour to 2 hours making the video and editing it. It's a lot of work. So I mean, there's times where I'm up till 11 o'clock at night and I gotta wake up 5 in the morning. Make no mistake, this is not easy, especially if you're in my place where you're still working and still trying to find your place in this particular industry. Yeah, he said even if it is a fear, you just gotta do it anyways, do it no matter what. Just make content, become a content creator, because that's going to be how you turn yourself into the attractive character you want to be. I would like to be very confident on video. I'd like to be very confident in audio, and I would like to be able to teach people things that I learned in my growth journey. As of right now, I don't feel like I am at that point, and in fact, I know I'm not at that point, but I'm out here trying, and you should too. But yeah, he then goes on to say, to find your voice, you have to actually talk. You're never going to find your voice. You're never going to find out who you are on the inside unless you start talking, unless you start going out there and doing the things you want to do. Hey, that was kind of motivational. Oh, he did have a good one. He said, be you, just louder. Remember what I said on video? You seem a little bit duller than you went and intended. Like here right now, I meant that to be whoa, vibrant. But in the video, when I edit, I can almost guarantee it's going to be like, ooh, vibrant. It was kind of a girly voice. Yeah. He also said, be okay with sucking. You know, you're going to suck. And I sucked. I probably still suck right now. Hopefully I can do an update here in like 6 months on this video and kind of do like a watch through and show you how much I think I suck, you know, in this video right now. That would actually be pretty funny. He says, don't be lukewarm, definitely be polarizing. Lukewarm, basically what he means by that is don't be boring. And that is one of the things I struggled with when I started. One of the many. Trying to get a little more in there, but you know, I have my days. Like yesterday was one of them. I struggled a little bit. I did not want to make a video. So you'll notice I'm kind of bland in that video, and I apologize for that. I tried not to do that. I'm trying to work my way around it. I'm not good at this whole situation yet, but I am getting better. You know, on top of learning business and growing my personal self and my wife's business, on top of that, I'm also trying to learn the YouTube platform, the YouTube algorithm, all that good stuff. Speaking of the YouTube algorithm, smash that like button. We need that percentage up to get these videos up in them ranks. I'd appreciate it, guys. He also went into the content machine. Whatever you're making now, you can use that content to produce stuff later, even at the same time, if you want to post on every platform. That's how you grow quickly. That's probably one of the reasons right now we are not growing very fast at all. There's no reach. There's no different forms of content and people coming from different angles. It's all YouTube. Now, I do talk a little bit on Facebook. Probably a lot of you, that's where you found me. I do have links on my profile that point towards the YouTube channel. It's really the only thing I have to point to on my Facebook page. And I'm in a lot of groups, and I do talk and participate and answer questions when I can. And the last thing he covers is just learn to tell stories. This is another place I suck at, which I'm going to have to work on big time. Learning to tell stories is going to be one of the #1 things you can do as a marketer. That's Steve's video in a nutshell. It was very motivational. It was very good. He dropped a lot of golden nuggets and a literal golden nugget in there. Yeah, he actually picked up a golden nugget and dropped it. It's the better version of a mic drop. Okay. Jim Edwards, he's just going over idea creation, and he does pitch it. He starts off showing you a way to get ideas via funnel scripts. And as you know, if you've watched previous videos, if not, cards above. If you've watched previous videos, then you know that's been one of my complaints about Jim Edwards is he pitches it every single video. He did finally admit that he's biased, so I like that. He finally came out and said, hey, you know, I think you should use funnel scripts, but I'm a little bit biased. So, and then he kind of bridged into some other ideas. He did go through some quick ideas, how to discover creation ideas in other ways. And he did provide this little PDF. Write down at least 5 questions you can answer to create content for your target audience. And then what's the other one? Write down at least 20 more questions you can answer to create content for your target audience. Now, I came up with a lot. I have probably hundreds of things to cover on this channel alone. I have a lot, so there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out on this channel after this. We have not gone over this yet with my wife's business. She's actually running a little bit behind right now. Hence the reason I did it for my YouTube channel instead of hers. Kind of just waiting on her to catch up in the videos, and then we'll get into that. Yeah, this is where you get the PDF. You just click on copy hacks here. It'll take you over here, and then you click that for the PDF. Post 365 times a year. That's going to be so hard. Posting every day is so hard. But once you master the content machine, as Steve says, I really like that one. You say omnipresent to someone, they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Content machine kind of makes sense, though. Splitting your content from one to many. With that, after you master that aspect, it'd probably be pretty easy. And I'll let you guys know after this challenge is over, because I do plan on going heavily into that. Hopefully, it brings a lot more attention back to the channel, and we can actually grow a little bit. And hopefully, we can impact more lives that way. Day 15 in the books. We're ready to go publish. I'm already publishing. My wife's got to get on it. She chose blogs. Cannot wait to get into tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about epiphany bridges, so stick around for that. Definitely like and subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell so you get the alerts as soon as I post tomorrow. I am going to start posting on a more regular basis. I know I've been posting at like 11 o'clock at night lately, so I'm going to try and get like a day ahead and post a little earlier, probably somewhere around like 4 in the afternoon, 5. That's the goal. Don't know for sure, but that's what we're going for. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you.